Here we are, another Tuesday, another day of me not bloody winning. Where was I? Zone 3? Well, that's about normal, isn't it? But then I'll accept that because Zone 1 and Zone 2 are so tiny. They're so small. Zone 3 is the obvious choice, I think. You might remember a week ago when we done it last Tuesday, I'm going to put the first cross in there, which I did move. I moved slightly, I went up a bit higher. But I drew lines from both these players and I said the lines are almost the same line. They were so close to each other in the same direction that the winning cross could be anywhere along that line. And it was indeed somewhere else. It wasn't where I put mine. But yes, now I've just come back from Specsavers picking up my new driving glasses, so they're not going to help me with this at all. They're purely for driving, and I just wore them walking back. And it's lovely. I can see things and things are not blurry. I can read road signs and I can see kids on push bikes and it's great. No more having to dispose of the evidence. Throwing bikes in ditches and bags of newspapers behind bus shelters to hide the evidence. Right. So, yeah, Specsavers. Oh, yeah, while I'm at it, to the person that left a comment last Saturday saying you're definitely going to be in Zone 4, I can recommend Specsavers to you. They're a very friendly bunch. Well, the ones in Porthcawl are. Seriously, no, you know I'm joking. But, I mean, if you're going to leave a comment criticising somebody else's coordinate, then surely you've got to leave your own coordinate. You know, you've got to contribute by saying, I think yours is wrong. Here's mine. I think it should be there. You can't just not contribute, not leave a coordinate and say, yeah, but yours is wrong. That's just daft. Get a grip. So there I was, Zone 3. I had 15% of my money back. So yeah, I didn't go far enough along that line. Actually, I think that line would have been a bit more. I'd have been to the left of that Zone 1 anyway. I'd probably skimmed through Zone 2. But it was touch and go and could have been anywhere along that sort of area there. But never mind. Let's have a look at what the judges have got there then, because I'm assuming they must have been in a reasonably tidy cluster, or are they just everywhere? Well, let's just have a look. Well, to be fair, they've done a similar thing, haven't they? It's not that wide a spread, and they've all gone along a similar sort of line. I'm leaning forward now to see has anybody gone that ridiculous. No, they all sort of make sense. It's all down to your opinion how high you think it is. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, they're all there. Eight judges. So yeah, they've got them looking in the same sort of direction as us. But some of them went a fair bit high, a lot higher than we did, in fact. But then, did they go by the fact that there was a lot of space above the players, a lot of empty space? But it was a tricky one. I mean, I can't really condemn that because, like I said, it was the lines from the eyesight from the two players was so close that it could have been anywhere along that line. I went closer to his head because to me it looks like he's in the air. So I thought, well, if he's in the air, then he must be relatively close to him. To be honest, I would have thought he was closer than that. But of course, something we all do is we're looking at the cross when we should be imagining a full-size football being there. And a football would be a lot closer, or the edge of the football would be a lot closer to his head than a tiny little cross like this. I don't know if they took any out. If anything, is there anything that far removed from the cluster? I suppose at a pinch they might take the bottom one out. I'm not convinced they should, but I'll skip to the end to see what they've done. No, skip to the end. They've left all the crosses in, I think, as they should have this week. Because I think even if you took that bottom cross out there, which isn't that far from the cluster, it would have taken it up even higher. And to me, that would have made a lot of sense because, like I said, he's in the air. It looks like he's about to head it, so it can't be that far away from him. There we are. I suppose that's acceptable. All right, let's have a look at this week's picture, which I think was very similar. So what have we got here then? Two players looking in the same direction. My first cross is in there for now. I'm not convinced that's anywhere near the right place. Let me just draw some lines then. If I put the magnifying glass over his eye, I don't think he's looking particularly steep. But of course, what you've got to be wary of is, never mind what I think, what do the judges think? Are they going to look at that and think, oh yeah, he's looking right above him? But that's something to consider through the week. This guy, you can see white under his eyes, the fella at the back. I personally, if I look at his eyes, think he's looking steeper the way my cross is. If I don't look at his eyes and I look at the angle of his head, I think he's looking at my cross. He's looking at it. He's looking at it in the sky, thinking that's Mark's cross, that is. But when I hover over his eyeball, then I think he's looking a little bit higher. So it could be, it might very well be, further to the left. Because if I go further to the left, it's automatically going to be higher for this guy, isn't it? And I need to particularly go higher up as well. But we'll see. That's what I am for now. I'll study it more throughout the week. And, of course, by Saturday, we'll see what you guys are doing, what you suggest. So let me know who you've got on this week. And leave a coordinate for Saturday then so we can sort out an average. I was very close to the average this week. Unfortunately, the winning cross wasn't. Right, what's next? Revcomps. Next live draw is Thursday. I've only got one on this BMW. One on this Range Rover because it was 70 grand cash alternative. BMW I went for because it was low odds, 4999 tickets. And yet it's a 2024 BMW. So it's the 120D, and I think they reckon that there's 60 odd to the gallon or something. And it's quite quick as well. And I thought, yeah, that's one of the few BMWs I actually like the shape of. So I did that, just those two. And then last night, they added some more. I didn't bother with any of these. Nothing caught my eye, not the petrol BMW, or the XC60, or the van, or this thing. V-Strom WR3 Road Legal Beast. Not sure if it's actually called a beast or whether they're referring to it as a beast. Didn't bother with any of them. I just put one just to be in the draw on his Lambo because it was 125,000 cash alternative. Bike night. Now I don't usually bother with the bikes because I haven't got a bike license. Even though many years ago I did have bikes, but like a dick I used to drive them around without a license. But I'm a grown up now, more or less. And the only one I fancied here, because the odds are good on all of them, but the odds were good on this one, and it's a brand new Honda 125, which means I can just do a CBT and jump on that one, because the CBT I did many years ago ran out, could only last 2 years. Lovely looking bike for a 125, and I've had a look at some of the reviews on YouTube, and I reckon it's a fantastic little machine. Only does about 70 mile an hour, but Honda claim about 150 to the gallon, and being a Honda, it'll never break down, will it? So I do like that. So I've got I've got the week planned out. The weekend is planned out. So I win this at bike night tomorrow night. They should hopefully deliver it by about Friday in a van. Saturday I'll go and get a helmet, Kevlar jeans for when I inevitably come off and slide across the floor. Boots, gloves, and a jacket. And Sunday, there's 2 vacancies in Bridgend at the Motorbike Training Centre for doing CBT, and it's £145 for your CBT. So I've got the weekend planned out. So by Monday, I'll be on the road on this bike. Yeah, it's unlikely, innit? But still, that's what keeps us going, being positive. I haven't got much going on tonight, just the Thunderball. Oh, hang on, I haven't finished on you yet, have I? I'm waffling on about other ones. We got the auto draws, which I'm always a sucker for. But I'm not on this GTI, which is today. I haven't bothered. I got some on this Cash Guy tomorrow. 2 on Friday. This Fiesta Active Edition. That's the 155 brake horsepower. So that's nice. Nice. Be lovely to drive that. Volkswagen Tiguan. That's the 4-wheel drive. Didn't bother with this because the odds were so high, 40,000. Got a couple on this Golf GT Estate and this 9-year-old BMW 116D M Sport. So 1.5 diesel. It's another one does about 65 to the gallon. So I got a couple on there. And I've also got, there's 2 more on the checkout page which haven't made it here yet. There's an Audi A3 and a Volkswagen Polo. So I'm already on them. But then I'm going to stop. I'm not going to buy anything for weeks. How many times have I said that and never stuck to it? Like I was about to say earlier, the only draws I'm waiting for tonight is the Thunderball on the lottery and the giveaway guys are drawing this tonight, and I had 3 tickets on this when they were like dirt cheap because they were already it's sold out, so you can't buy any now anyway. The draw's about 9 o'clock, is it 9:30? Oh, draw today 8:30. They were £2.95 a ticket when I bought them, and for the weekend or so many hours or whatever it was, they were 50% off. So they were something like £1.45 a ticket. So I grabbed 3 at the time. Probably should have gone more than that. A lot of tickets they sold for this. Mine, I think it's about 40,000 tickets, but they were so cheap at the time. I thought, yeah, that's a beautiful looking camper van. I'm going to go for that. And it comes with £5 grand. So I'll be waiting for that draw tonight. Anyway, that's it. That's enough for me. I'm starving to death. I'm going to knock up a nice salad. Got some new potatoes here that I did yesterday. I'll have to reheat. Just chuck them in the microwave. They'll be fine. So let me know how you got on this week, because some of you did go higher where that winning cross was. So if you stuck to your guns like you should have, you'd have probably done quite well. And leave a coordinate for Saturday. In the meantime, guys, enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy this lovely weather, and good luck.